Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield video. Today's video, we've got another subscriber build. So this is Chrysocyon's AA80M. I hope I got the name right this time. I definitely didn't spend like 10 minutes listening to various YouTube videos on how to pronounce that. um, so this is basically like a kind of an early model Nova Galactic fighter. The kind of the lore behind it. So it's called the Attack Airship Model AA80M, and it was originally a Nova Galactic attack aircraft, and it has been kind of modernized to keep it in service, which is really really cool. I will say I like the layout of it. It gives me a very kind of like a lobster almost without the tail. You've got those two kind of big claws with like the weapons on them. I really like the idea also of putting the kind of the engines inside the kind of the mounting them in the middle. Really really cool. And then we've got the kind of the main body. So as always, if there's any issues with this vessel, if I've made mistakes, let me know. Chris is on. When I was saying it initially, I was like saying it how I'm pronouncing it. I was calling it Chrysocyon, which is probably doesn't sound in my head. It sounds right, but yeah. Anyway, so if you look at the stats of this bad boy, we've got a fuel of 210, pretty nice, pretty nice. We've got a hull of 1206, which for a B class is very very competitive. And then for cargo capacity, we've only got 280. So this being a fighter, it's not meant to have a whole lot of cargo. She's supposed to be light and nimble. So we've got a B-class reactor with 39 power. We've got a crew of 6, which is kind of interesting. It is a fighter, but obviously, like, the thing is, Starfield is, like, it's nice to have extra crew to bump up your stats. Jump range of 27 light years. Shield of 810. It's got 3 sets of weapons. It's got a pair of, or a quad particle turret, or not turrets, but quad particle weapons mounted in the little beam there, or the prow. And then it's got 2 sets of Atlatl missile launchers. Got some 270s on the top and 280s on the bottom. So if you're going to make this, it's probably going to set you back about 350k without perks. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we? So really, really cool shape. It's got a very wide profile, which I really like. I really like the use of the use of the Deimos cockpit was interesting because I like it. I feel like the Deimos cockpit's very much a fighter cockpit, but we never really see it on kind of smaller kind of, combat vessels. It's usually on these larger. Got a little bit of merging on this build. Not a whole lot, though. It's definitely easy to do. And then, yeah, in we go. So this is, I'd be interested to let me know in the comments, like kind of because you explained a little bit of lore, but I noticed that this thing it's got a lot of missiles on it, and I'm wondering like is that like where did you kind of get the inspiration? Because I know like in some science fiction, like let's say for instance in Halo or Star Wars or whatever, generally like missiles are kind of like a tertiary armament. Usually you have blasters or lasers, but obviously in some more realistic science fiction like The Expanse, missiles, i.e. torpedoes, what they're called, are kind of key. So I'm wondering, is that kind of your design set? Were they meant to be more like kind of like fast moving kind of, anti-ship missiles, or is it meant to be more kind of like dumbfire, like think like the the old school helis from back in the day? Anyway, so we only have one room in here. That's not the cockpit. We have a control station, as you can see. Simeon is trying to figure out, what are you doing? Yeah, that looks good. Just hit Alt and F4. I think we'll be good. Anyway, and then we got the docking port up above, and then we go into the cockpit. Now, I really like the Deimos cockpit. It's like really cool, but again, it's kind of it's hard to make it fit on a vessel, because I feel like it's quite big in its own right, size wise, and then obviously, I mean, yeah, it kind of interior wise, it doesn't kind of match up with how big it is. Like, because some people will use it, like, let's say, like, some of the Deimos vessels they use is kind of on a lot of them. And while it fits in a ship like this, like the idea of a fighter or dropship, it doesn't fit on kind of larger vessels, like if you're making Corvette or a cruiser or something. Anyway, let's go check it out. We're gonna take off, see if she reforms. Just a side note, I don't know if any of you guys have ever done this, but Just looking at this ship, it kind of makes me think, I wonder what it would have looked like if we flipped it. And obviously, that can be tricky to do in Starfield because, you know. But have you guys ever had that with your builds? I know a few times I've went to build a ship, and I was like, I like the look of that ship, but I'm going to put it backwards. And yeah, that's how my, my Sparrowhawk came to be. Alright, so I've got a perk that increases my power by 5, so for the sake of this review, we're not going to be using that 5 power. So weapon-wise, we got those particle weapons. And then we've got primary missiles, secondary missiles. Like, this thing... Again, I would be interested to kind of see, like, where you're, because obviously, when it comes to, like, science fiction and stuff, there's a lot of different, kind of inspirations. And I'm just wondering, like, if, because I'm not familiar with a lot of the science fiction and stuff. Like, my kind of main science fiction is, when it comes to games, it's either Halo or, like, Mass Effect and stuff. So, like, is this based off some, like, you know, kind of sci-fi, where, like, missiles are kind of pretty prevalent? But anyway, we quick speed test. It's got a base speed. It's going to be a 140 because we're using those Amazon engines, which I really like. Bonus points. Boost speed is going to probably cap out around 600, 520. Okay, 520. Full agility test. Very agile, which given that it is meant to be a kind of a combat vessel or a fighter vessel, which plays the part really nicely. Nice little... And then a roll. So all in all, really, really cool vessel. Now we're going to head down to the surface, and I'll show you how he built it, or how they built it. Alright, so you got the ship split into 3 sections. Now, there is some merging, which I will get to in a minute. So top of the vessel here, we have 6 of these Nova cowling to a left. We actually have 7, technically, sorry. Nova cowling to a left. We've got 3 facing forward, 3 facing backwards, and then 1 in the middle. And then on the top here, we've got 3 Atlatl 280A missile launchers from Lightsight, A-class, 5200 range, 1 fire rate, 86.09, hull and shield damage, and 3 power. Now in the center of the vessel, so for the we'll do the modules and I'll show you the merging. So we've got the DS-20.3 Phobos cockpit from Deimos, 2 AZ cargo, 2 crew. Then behind that we have the Hope Tech control station 2x1. On top of this we have a 100 DP slim docker top, and then we have a 60S protector shield generator from Dogstar, A-class, A power, A10 shield. So we have 104DS mag inertial reactor from Dogstar, B class, 39 power, 1125 range. And then merged inside this, we have a helium, a 500T helium-3 tank from Ballistic Solutions. It's 210. So in order to merge this, you just basically place it on top, and then you basically can use any piece that has 6 snap points to kind of force it. So you just highlight it, highlight another piece, and then just duplicate, and as you can see, it's just duplicated down, and there it is inside there. At the back of the vessel, we have the Helios 4 grav drive from Deep Core, A-class, 9 power, 27 jump thrust, which gives us 27 light years power. Underneath, we have 4 more of the, or well, not the same ones, but the Atlatl 270A missile launchers from Lightsight, A-class, 1500 range, 1 fire rate, 49.34 hull and shield damage, and 3 power. And then at the front here, we have 4 PB-175 auto helium beams from Ballistic Solutions Incorporated, B class, 3899.99 range, 6 fire rate, 19 hull and shield damage, and 3 power. And they're mounted on some Nova weapon mounts. And then we have these Dun 71 engines from Amadon, B class, 3 power, 26,580 engine thrust, 4225 maneuvering thrust. Structural pieces, we've got 4 of these Nova cowlings, 2 on each side. We've got 2 of these engine bracer A's from Stroud Eklund, and then we have some Nova weapon mounts. Now again, there is merging, so what you usually will do is you would snap the pieces like so, by default, and then you would just, basically when you're getting this to snap in, you just, like that, you just flip it back like so, and then obviously it will stick. That one didn't because I forgot to drop it first. So there we go. So if we... Here we go, flip it back, drop it, and there you go, Bob's your uncle. Yeah, that piece is a bit. And then as for the top piece, so basically the way it works is you have that piece like so. And then you basically need to kind of extend it up one. So what I usually do is get a habitat piece. Almost, they're perfect. Come on, there you go, perfect. So Deimos have like that. And then you're going to get the other piece here. Like so. Then you move the hab. You put your shield generator there, and your docker, and then you highlight both of them, and then duplicate down like so. And then that's pretty much it. And then on the bottom of the vessel, we have 5 of these Nova cowlings, 2 on this side, 2 on that side, 1 on the back. We have a landing bay NG6 from Nova Galactic, and then merged inside here, we have 2 NG20 landing gear from Nova Galactic, 4 thrust each. So I'm going to show you real quick how you put them on. So again, it's pretty simple. So these just snap nice and easily, and then you just bring this bad boy in here and flip it back like so. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Really cool ship. I really like it. I like the kind of the feel of it and stuff. It's a really interesting kind of combat vessel, and it's very uniquely in its armament, which I really like. I like the kind of the very missile heavy. In-game missiles are a bit kind of weak, but I feel like from a lore point of view, missiles would be very powerful. Like having a guided munition that, like, in theory, can maneuver far greater than any ship in this game. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for submitting the ship. Let me know if I made any mistakes, and also if you want to, like, kind of, anything I've made a mistake, just comment and I will pin it, obviously, regardless of it, And then if you want to kind of let me know kind of the inspiration, like, was there a specific sci-fi franchise you kind of were, like, thinking when you were thinking of, let's make this a kind of a missile-heavy vessel. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this sort of content. If you're interested in submitting ships or just chatting, we have a Discord that you can do both of those things and more. It's called Starfield Anonymous. Quite close to, I think we're like really close to 100 members, which is kind of exciting. So if you're looking for a place, just kind of chill. We talk about everything from Starfield to like sci-fi, anything like that. We have channels for shipbuilding, so you can get tips and tricks as well as share your shipbuilding kind of ships. We've got a lot of kind of very talented builders in it. We've also got like a lore section, some fan fiction section if you want to write. We've got some pretty talented fan fiction writers and stuff. So yeah, all in all, it's a pretty cool place. So link in my bio if you want to join. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching, guys.